Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
What is this? What is going on right now?
I said, what the hell are you talking about?
What's my package look like? Yo! Welcome to the Third Quarter Warriors podcast. The Third Quarter Warriors are the best team ever, and we're the best podcast ever. Happy Monday, everybody.
Oh,
We're going to help you start your week off right, because on today's episode, we dive into Dejounte Murray attempting to deface the Spurs franchise, a great ball sack or fact, Nuketown 24/7, the haters corner, and a whole bunch of arguing. Let's get into it. So the first one, Ant, you had actually said we need to talk about like Summer League and just sort of sum up what we saw. So I think it would be cool to also talk about those top three picks and should it have been reordered at all?
Well, to start off, I mean, the Blazers won the title. It sucks that Dame wasn't on the team. Because,
Does he get a ring?
he would have got some ring. He got something.
He would have got
They
some.
have those summer league rings now.
And they were pretty thick, too. They're like this big. I'm like, dude, why did they give them rings? But
They
I
have,
digress.
they have the little blow pops on top.
I think the biggest game, like just watching, was the Magic versus Kings in the overtime thriller. Where they actually, like, you finally got to see like the NBA overtime and how it was like just a possession here and there. I thought that was really cool. And then because you could see like the first pick and the fourth pick go at it, and it was a really good matchup. And then the struggles of Jabari Smith, the third pick. He was supposed to go number one in a lot of books, and then a couple hours before, just a bunch of money flew in on Paolo, and he just hasn't looked. He's honestly looked like a Keegan Murray, who's on the Kings now. He looks like he's better than him. But again, you can't take too much on the summer league. It's just, a bunch of guys trying to. I think you stated this in our group chat. It's just a bunch of guys who are trying to get a contract.
Yeah,
So it's not going to be a lot of chemistry there, at least.
you don't know how they're going to actually play. Like Ben Simmons in the Summer League looked like the best player of all time. He looked like LeBron when he played in the Summer League. He was like getting like 30-point triple doubles, and everyone's like, he's a man amongst boys. And then he gets to a man amongst men, and they're like, yeah, he's all right.
Brian, I think I remember you saying he's going to be the next LeBron. Like,
I would have agreed.
I said, did Simmons next LeBron? Man,
I would have.
I just remember you liked seeing that. You're like, he's so good. Because I thought so too. I was like, this guy's incredible.
I mean,
Go
ahead.
But I want to run off a couple stats of Jabari just to kind of get a little how you guys feel about him. I know later we're going to talk about reworking the picks, but so the first game against the Magic, 4 of 10, 2 points. Second game against Chet, 5 of 19.
4 of 10 with 2 points.
No way.
Like, dang, what was he shooting? Half pointers?
he was low key kind of sacking for his team.
And that's why his stats.
I had it wrong. My bad. I got my stat wrong. The second game versus Chet, he was 5 of 19 from the floor. Third game versus Spurs, he was 6 of 12, 19 and 9. So I mean, he kind of got better. You could see there's a lack of a like signature kind of game. He just basically couldn't create his own shot. I mean, these are the things that we talked about, or at least all the draftees talked about. Like, he might not be able to create his own shot, and he doesn't have like a signature showing as far as like a breakout game where it was like, he played against this pick or this player, blah, 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 blah. Like, so I just felt like he was a disappointment so far, and that'll probably reflect on my ranking.
I think that Adam Schefter is doing something illegal because, bro, if you guys remember draft day, Adam Schefter came out and was like, Jabari Smith is like the front runner. Like, my sources tell me he's the front runner to be the first pick. And all the sports books went, okay, Jabari's the favorite. And then, like, so he was like, I don't know, maybe like plus 200 or something to be the first pick. And then in my mind, I think Schefter said that and then went and like bought all the picks on on Ben Caro to be the first pick
Ah,
and
wait,
just bagged out.
Schefter does basketball too?
Bro, he announced all. Wait, is it Woj or Schefter that announced
Woj.
all of? Oh,
Woj,
Woj.
right.
Sorry,
I
not.
think-
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry, Schefter. Woj. So Woj did that, and then he went and just was like, and then he knew every single pick before they happened. Like I was following him on Twitter, and I would get his tweets like a minute before the draft was announced. I'm like, okay, this guy did something because he already knew.
Yeah, I remember seeing like tweets and TikToks about it after. They were like, the draft coverage was so bad, like Woj and Shams broke every pick before the actual broadcast.
Yes.
I think Jabari Smith has a similar game to what's the guy for the Hawks, DeAndre Hunter. Like he's not like a like Jabari Smith's a lot. I think he's bigger than him, but like, and probably I would say maybe a more athletic, but like he doesn't create for himself. He's going to catch and shoot. He's going to get some rebounds. He's probably going to be a really good defensive player.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like I'll be interested because he has all the skill and talent. He's just who's going to develop him and is the where did he end up going?
the
He was
Rockets.
on the Rockets.
I think he's going to be one of the players that they look back and they're like, dang, they picked Jabari Smith over so-and-so, like the 4th pick or like the 14th pick. He's going to be one of the misses, I think, that just sort of fizzles out.
Mhm. I mean, I got a confession. I didn't watch any of Jabari play.
Me either, but I just didn't hear that much about him.
Yeah, I watched Paolo and Chet a little bit of each. And Chet looked amazing that first game. And then after that, he was kind of getting bullied. And like, if they put him in the post, I don't know what's going to happen when he's against like actual big men, like Joel or Nicola, like back in the
No,
day.
he's not going to play center. He's not going to play center.
But like, what's stopping Joel or Nicola from switching on him if he's
Oh
playing
yeah,
in the post?
that's
Like,
that's all NBA does. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you're the weak defender. Come here.
yeah, they're like going to target him so hard because like he's not a perimeter defender. So like if he has to stay inside the whole time and he's 190 pounds at 7'3" or whatever he is, like how is he going to guard any of these guys in the post?
You can't. It's just effort. It's all going to be effort, and hopefully he's not fouling at this point. It's all going to be effort.
They might have the lightest weight team in NBA history.
Yeah, Giddey, Poku, and Chet, they're all
like combined 400
this.
pounds.
Bro, I just can't imagine. It would just be so weird to be on the same court as Pokuševski. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but that guy and
like Saj Pokuševski.
Yeah, that guy and Chet, just like watching them, just being on the same court. They're both built like cartoon characters, and I would just be like, I would just want to look at them, just walk around, run, and jump. I'm just like, how is that happening? It doesn't look like that should be happening.
And then you see them outside of the court, and you're like, you play basketball? Like the
It
only
low-key
reason someone
makes
would
sense,
assume
though,
is because they're 7 feet tall. But like if they were 6'6", nah, they don't play basketball.
Weird looking dudes over there, but I think they're building something, and that's why they don't want to trade for KD. Everyone I feel like most of the KD talk now is just people like saying stuff that they think would be cool if it happened. They're like, oh, if he was like Westbrook, Kyrie, LeBron switches, and then it's like revenge, or like back to the Thunder, and I'm like, probably none of that's gonna happen, honestly.
Yeah, like
It's just a good narrative to run with.
I don't know, like, because the only team that wants Kyrie is LA, and it seems like Jeannie doesn't want to trade anything for anyone.
And it's no reason. Can we talk about that? The thing I sent today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She said she just didn't want to, like, unless they're a contender, but you have Braun and AD. Like, how are you not currently a contender?
They're literally a contender.
Also, Taylor Horton Tucker, he's a good player, but why are they so against getting rid of him? Like, I think he could be he'll never be an all-star, I promise you.
I honestly, what I think it is, I think their front office has looked at the players that they let go, like Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart. There was one other really good, D'Angelo Russell, like all these players that they traded away in recent history. and they see them develop and they're like, we're not going to do this again with Talon Horton Tucker. But the problem is, I think it's because the Lakers don't develop their young talent. Like, they're so focused on now, they don't have time to develop them. So when they send them off, of course, they're going to get better because they get more opportunities and they get more focus on them from the staff. But like, I just don't think Talon's ever going to be a good player on LA unless he stays there for like 10 years after Braun retires or leaves. And I don't know. I don't think he's ever going to be that good on LA.
Yeah, he's a guy who needs the ball in his hands. And look, you've got LeBron. If you get Kyrie, I mean, Russ, those guys all need the ball in their hands. So, I mean, he can't really do much. Yeah, he could do with the second unit. But as we've seen, he had a great, what was that, his first year? And then these last 2 years have just been like, oh my God, did this guy fall off a cliff? Has he forgotten how to play? Because that's why they didn't trade him before. I think they could have gotten Buddy Hield back then, I think, for just Kuzma and him, right? Or something like that. And they're like, Taylor Horton Tucker is off limits. And then look what happened to him.
I keep seeing people talk about Hield. And that was like one of the things that I sent you guys was Jeannie Buss saying like she doesn't want to trade for Hield. Like she doesn't want to trade like a 2027 and a 2029 or something. And Russell Westbrook for like, I don't know. They would get Hield and Miles Turner, I think.
They were getting Miles Turner?
That was and she was like, we don't want to trade for pieces that I wouldn't that would make us not like contenders. And I'm like, so do you think that Taylor Horton Tucker and Westbrook and these draft picks are gonna make you a contender? Because
in 5 years?
Yeah, they were gonna get Hield and Turner.
Yeah, it was a tweet, so bear with me on that. But
I mean, if I saw an actual one. It was T.J. McConnell and Buddy Hield for Russ and the 2027 first round pick, and I think the Pacers declined.
Yeah, they would definitely decline that because they're like, bro. But is Buddy Hield that good? Is what I wanted to ask. Like,
that is another thing.
He just seems like someone that can shoot well. He can shoot well. He was amazing in college. In college, everyone was like, this guy's Steph Curry. Like he can score.
Our coach. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that, but our coach thought he was the best player ever.
I think it's so because you look at his stats and how well he shoots, like percentages wise, and you're like, damn. You're like, okay, you're a great
What's
shooter.
His percentages? I don't even look at that.
Someone threw some ridiculous stat out, and it was I know Curry took a couple years to develop, but he had like more threes in the first couple years than Curry. Like he has better higher percentage, all this other stuff.
Before.
Like statistically, he's like one of the top 10 shooters of all time, is what they were saying. Yeah. Like he's a 40% career 3-point shooter. He's really, really good.
Yeah, he's actually 39.8 career. So.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Wait, so his best years were like his first 3 years in Sacramento, and then he hasn't shot over 40 since. He was shooting 43% for like 3 years in a row. That's crazy.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I guess he didn't shoot that well. Well, I mean, 36.
He's like, that's
his last 3 years.
Like Braun percentage.
Yeah, his last 3 years haven't been great, but like.
He hasn't won. He's been wanting out for a while now, guys.
Yeah, that's true. He's been trying to escape.
He's trying to get out of that
Bro,
hellhole.
The Kings might be the worst team to get sent to as an above-average player. Like Harrison Barnes went there.
He's not on the Kings, right?
No, he's not right now. But like he was there for so long that like Hield was definitely just like, it doesn't matter how amazing I am or how terrible I am. We're gonna win 30 games. Same with Harrison Barnes, same with DeMarcus Cousins, same with De'Aaron Fox is now experiencing it. But just that team has had so much talent and literally has never gotten
the craziest thing. You guys might have seen it, where no active NBA player has ever faced the Kings in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
so I know because they haven't been in forever. They have been in the playoffs forever, but even like. I forget who they were saying, like Haslam and LeBron, people who've been around forever. Like, obviously, they never would have faced them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Obviously, the stat is true, but like, I can't even think of like OGs in the Western Conference. I would think like Iguodala. Like he was on the
like Melo,
Sixers
like the Nuggets always played in the Melo always made the playoffs in the West.
They just never got out of the first round. Yeah, right.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
So speaking of the Kings, that trade for Darmy Savvy in hindsight, what do y'all think?
Who?
Darmontis Sabonis, Darby Savvy.
Excuse me.
Like, who?
I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. I have no idea who this is.
I thought it was. I definitely thought it was like a random foreigner in the draft.
Wait,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that trade that was one of the weirdest trades to me. Like, I don't know why they did that. It didn't make any sense to me because, like, I don't think Sabonis is like he's not gonna. They didn't make the playoffs still, so in hindsight, it's not that good. But like, I don't understand it. Like, do y'all get that?
Bro, their roster, they low key have like building blocks though. I'm looking at them right now. They got De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, who will just shoot everything. Harrison Barnes, who is just a wall. Domantas Sabonis, and then they don't have a big man. They have Nehemias Quetta. They have a Kevin Huerter. I didn't even know that. That's
Quetta's good, dude.
He was part of the.
He was good.
It was part of the trade with us.
But they're not good enough, like to.
Davion Mitchell.
No, not doing anything, but he's like a solid player.
But anyway, we were still on like the summer league topic. Let's jump over to Dejounte Murray's Instagram comments about the Spurs. It might have been Twitter, I don't know. But so he said he tweeted like right when he kind of like declared that he was gonna. Is he a free agent or something? I don't even know.
It's on the Hawks.
He's on the Hawks. Traded. Okay, so before he got traded, he said, "I feel free and I feel wanted. Best season, along with being happy on the way. I promise." So like saying, "I'm glad I'm out of San Antonio." And then, someone said like, someone quote tweeted it, probably just some fan, and said, "Sadly, you're not who I thought you were." like, bro, calm down. You're getting hurt by a man like wanting to switch jobs, and then. Dejounte Murray said, "The way that system is set up, you're going to be losing for the next 15 years. The problem's bigger than basketball." And I agree with that because I think that Popovich, like Doc Rivers, has been aged out of being able to be successful in the NBA. Like systems like don't win championships anymore unless you have superstars to win them for you.
Okay. You got me.
Like, because then you're probably gonna win anyway. Like the Warriors have a system, but they have Steph Curry. They have like 4 amazing shooters that just knock stuff down. But like,
well, the Spurs were good because they had players that didn't care about being stars. Yeah. They were just like they were so good at their roles that they were stars, but they weren't like. I mean, Tony Parker was a creator, but like there was no like. Superstar. Guard. I mean, I know Tim Duncan's obviously great in like so many aspects, but like they didn't have any like flashy, I'm going to go get it myself type of person. It was like so team oriented no matter what.
I think they messed up with the Kawhi thing, man. I think that Pop and that franchise didn't really, again, it was more about, like you said, the system, and they didn't really worry about Kawhi. Like Kawhi, just come on and play. Like they were so worried about him playing. They never really thought about him. And now that he's gone, right, he was that building block. I think they could have, continued on this path of like being at least, I don't know, like maybe a top 4 or 5 seed. And now like they're almost like their culture is so good at winning that they're not like tanking well enough to be like, top 3, top 4. It's always the same Kings, Magic, OKC. Like I do think that their system is good, but it's just they decide that, man, I'm trying to figure out.
They need to treat their superstars like superstars, and Pop like refuses to treat people differently. Like he's acting like he's a college coach, and I think that was Brad Stevens' issue too on the Celtics. Like he would have been a great college coach. Like all the players are the same, everyone has the same duties. Like, nah, if so and so like wants to get buckets and like not run the offense, like let that happen. And I feel like, but with Kawhi, I feel like their main frustration with him, like, was that he like wouldn't play. Like he kept saying, "I don't want to play," and then I feel like he was just like, "Yeah, I kind of want to leave." And then they like traded him, or he signed with the Raptors. Like it was more so that Kawhi like kept getting injured and just refusing. He refused to play for like a long time. I remember for the Spurs, and they just had to get rid of him.
Because they were trying to force him to play,
yeah.
He didn't want to play.
He got cleared, but his homie was like, "Nah," And then he's like, okay.
Yeah, he kept getting second opinions, and they were saying that his injury is worse than the Spurs staff was saying his injury was. So he was sick. It was like a disagreement, and then there were reports that people, like his teammates, were against him. They're like, "Why isn't Kawhi playing this and that?" And after your teammates are like calling you out, that's kind of it. Like,
that's a fact.
Got to leave.
Keldon Johnson was like 4 years, $80 million. How about that, Dejountay? And he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm out." Like he was like,
"Man, these bums."
Yeah,
but I think they're just gonna tank for that Victor kid. At the end of the day, they're just going to tank for him.
But the thing is, will Pop tank? Like, will he do that? I don't think he will.
I mean,
Pop will be like, if we run these plays, they can't stop it. If we run them right. Like, no, Pop. Jason
Pop's
Tatum's going for 50. You can't stop it.
Keldon like 45 minutes a game. He's going to be like, we're going to beat.
Keldon Johnson might be a top 30 player in the NBA fantasy wise this year. He's going to be.
Who else do they have on their team? I don't even know any other players.
They have some kid named Vassell.
Vassell. Do they still have
they're that really athletic guy with the dreads? Or the like the
do they still
have
Bonnie's on the Lakers now.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
I remember he was supposed to be good, but he like never was.
They have Jeremy Sokin.
Who?
Malachi Branham.
Okay.
Blake Wesley. Ooh. Josh Richardson. Heard of him?
Nice.
Josh Richardson from the Heat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Keldon Johnson, Dominic Barlow, and he doesn't have a picture. His picture is the NBA logo. Doug McDermott.
Oh, that guy's a bucket.
They have Isaiah Roby. I thought he was still on the Thunder. He's wearing a Thunder jersey in his picture for them.
Yeah, he was on the Thunder.
DJ Stewart, Devontae Cook, Zach Collins, Devin Vassell. I don't know any of these people. I'm not going to keep reading them. Pirtle, that he's pretty good.
I know him.
Don't know. I've heard of Romeo Langford. But anyway, yeah, the Spurs, I don't think they're... I think Dejountay's probably right.
Yeah,
they need a culture change, a culture shock, or they need that the Greek Freak 2.0 guy that's going to get drafted next year.
Yeah. If you don't get him, then Pop, you got to go. Seriously.
Pop might relook at the roster this offseason and be like, you know what, it's time for me to retire.
Bro, him and Coach K are going to go bull somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, they just like the NBA is trending towards younger coaches now, whether it's Spoelstra, the Grizzlies coach, Nurse, or whoever the Celtics coach is. He's a new coach too. Like all these young coaches are starting to win now, and it's because they know how the game's changed.
Darvin Ham.
Darvin Ham. Who is he? Is he the Celtics coach?
The Lakers coach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's gonna do it too.
He's
a big Russ fan, and I don't know if I like him as a coach.
Bro, what I don't like is that he's like putting his neck out, saying like we're gonna use Russ. He's still useful, even if we got to use him like coming off the bench or being like a creator. And Russ is like, nah. And I'm like, bro, he's trying to vouch for you. He's trying to give you value.
By the way, is Kendrick Nunn? Is he still on the Lakers?
No, he's somewhere else, Brian. I want to look it up. Hold on, he's somewhere else.
While you look that up, Brian, how much playing time you think he's going to get next year?
I mean, if he's
none,
Lakers, he has to get some, right? Like he's
none.
Play.
Who plays more, Kendrick Nunn or Ben Simmons?
Oh,
wait, he might be on the Lakers still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Is he still injured? Like was
he still injured?
Nah, he just said he's about to pull up at one of the Drew League games or something and play.
Okay, so he's healthy now.
Yeah, he tweeted something saying like, "Oh man, I got to get in one of these leagues," in reference to a Drew League tweet.
Oh yeah, I just saw it right here. Drew League lit. Got to make an appearance soon. ..
So I saw a tweet. Talon Horton Tucker about him because he played in the Drew League, and they were like, "Man, Talon Horton Tucker's still a role player in the Drew League. He had like 12, 5, and 5 or something."
No, bro. He has played like 110 games in 3 seasons, so that's not very good.
Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, and like that would be not terrible if he wasn't like the best player on his team, but like not the best player, but like he was a starter like for the Heat.
Wasn't he rookie of the year too?
He was a candidate. Did he win it? Okay.
I think he won it.
I think he won it. Who won Rookie of the Year?
Maybe
What's that?
Maybe Kendrick.
Year 20.
I think he won it his first year. Yeah, it was 2019, 2020.
He won it over Tyler Hero, right?
Oh yeah.
They were on the same team, right? Because he started in the playoffs, right? Was it the playoffs or no?
Yeah, Hero just went off like the end of the season and in the playoffs.
It was that bubble gym that had like the soft rims and maybe the wide rims, no fans. Like you're just working out, and everyone shot amazingly. No one shot better than NBA bubble ever.
DJ Warren. Let's see if he can make it happen. Where is he now?
DJ Warren's about to like concoct a new like virus to go around so that they can play in a bubble again.
Good thing the Warriors were not good that season because they would not have missed.
Oh God,
that would have been brutal. So are they trading Wiseman? They are, right?
No, I think they're gonna keep him.
I don't think so.
They should just stay the way they are, man. They're gonna be set for a couple years.
I mean, yeah, they're good, but like Wiseman, is he gonna play? I don't think he is.
Yeah,
right?
I watched him play in the summer league. He was pretty good. I mean, he's obviously a man among boys because he literally was in a title game like a couple weeks back.
I feel like if you just switch Looney and him in and out, like there would not be a difference. Like they're like the same player.
What's his name? Just a little bit more athletic. Yeah.
I just remember his rookie year. He was like trying to dribble like and cross people up, and I was like, this is not your role.
And like instead of Draymond catching at the top and like looking for the next pass, and he would catch at the top and like just try to start going one-on-one.
Okay, what about Harden's pay cut? So Harden took a pay cut. Westbrook's standing firm on his $47 million bag. AC, what do you think about that? What would you do if you were a Harden situation, and what would you do if you were a Westbrook situation? Having had like made as much as them.
My first thought about that is that Harden is realizing his value more quickly and how the game's changed, like when the rule calls and whatnot. And like, okay, if I want to be a contender, let me do what's needed to bring the right pieces around me. I've already made a shit ton of money, and like I am really good, and I'm still gonna have a big role. And $34 million a year, yeah, that's nice too. Like that. I feel like he's just maturing differently in a way. But also he probably has the people around him that's saying like, just this is probably better for your situation. And I don't know if some other players have that, Russ specifically right now.
Yeah, Russ still thinks he is the same guy he was in 2016. I think he still thinks that he doesn't have to change, and I think that's his problem. He has not thought about winning. I don't think he's ever been a winner. I mean, he wins games, yes, but he doesn't have like that all for one and one for all mentality. I think that's literally his downfall, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like all the times that I've seen Russ these past like year and a half driving, going up for a dunk and just not getting high enough, like that's the personification of Russ's mentality. He does not believe that he's getting older. Like he just cannot conceptualize that he's not as good as he used to be. And like it's ruining him and his franchise, because like $47 million for a guy that's going to turn the ball over 5 times a game, like it's way too much money.
Yeah, I feel like I disagree with saying he's not a team guy. I think he is a team guy, but I do think he's just not recognizing that his game has diminished. And it's got to be hard to realize it too, because like all he's doing every day is probably working extremely hard to stay athletic, to improve his shot, to get better at so-and-so. But then like working that hard, you wouldn't think, oh, I'm getting worse, but like he's getting worse even though he's working that hard, and it's because of athleticism. But so it's probably hard for him to like see that and accept it, and then he's also just hates the media, and so the media hates him. So like he doesn't want to bend the knee to the media and be like, yeah, maybe I do need to take a step back, because then they'll just be like, yeah, you do need to, and he's like, yeah, I do, and then Like, I don't really know a way out of it for him. He's just like, just give me my money and I'm gonna vanish after all this. Like,
I mean, like, I get like it's hard to realize that you're getting worse, but every athlete in history has had to realize this. Like, it's not a new thing. Like, he's known this. He knows he's what, 33, 34. Like, after you're like 31, maybe 32 in the NBA, like that's your peak. After that, you're done. Like, well, you're not done, but you go downhill. It's like, it's just the way life is. Like, your body just isn't as athletic as it used to be. So
I think he can still be valuable for a team, even if it is the Lakers. But it would be, like you're saying, John, accepting that role, like, or accepting like what he would need to do, and like actually tweaking his game to where, because like I don't think anyone can just go out and average a triple double like he's had. Like, that's still impressive, and he's still. Like, the amount of times I did see him make a good play and kick it to an open guy on the Lakers last year was a lot, and they just didn't hit the shots. I don't think they had the right pieces around him. So then a lot of trust on his behalf. He's like, I just got to go get it myself, and then put him in a bad situation when LeBron's hurt, AD's hurt. He's having to like compromise for all that. So I think a lot of it was the media just like it was a tough season for him to, I think, like mentally take. So I think he can still be valuable, but it's going to be accepting a new, I don't even want to say role, a new outlook on how he approaches the game from a like contribution standpoint.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he is such a ball dominant player that, like, and the worst part about it is how bad he is on defense. Like, Russ is so bad on defense. Like, probably one of the, like, he's probably Trae Young level. Like, he does not play defense. He doesn't pay attention. So like, he needs to accept that he probably, but even on top of that, like, you need so many shooters around him. Like, the Lakers don't have that. They need more shooters. And like, Braun is a shooter. Like, he's a good 3-point shooter, but he's not going to just sit at the 3-point line the whole game. That's a waste of LeBron. Like, on what team is Russ a contributor? I think only as a bench player, really, at this point in his career.
And I don't think he has the capacity to come off the bench too. His pride is too high.
Melo didn't either, but eventually he learned.
That's true.
So maybe it takes a year of Russ like not being on a contract to be like, okay, like someone, I don't know, I saw a tweet, it was some ESPN report, and they were like saying Russ, like, if he goes through with this and just plays poorly on a $47 million contract this year, then like he's not going to be able to sign anywhere. Like, no one's going to want him because they're like, he doesn't care about the franchises, and he's going to want like absorbent amount of money for his next contract.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him getting a contract above a vet minimum after the season. Like,
bro, I low-key see him on the Celtics though. I could see him being on the Celtic if he took that role that we're talking about, like of catch it and slash and dish, or just like go at the rim or drop off to the big, like type thing, not shooting anything other than like maybe a mid-range here and there. I could see him like just being an aggressive, annoying player that everyone hates and like fitting in at Boston well. And like,
that would be an interesting, like, how their team shifts around now that they have Brogdon and Marcus Smart. Like, that would be,
I did not know they had Brogdon.
Wait, they have Brogdon? When did they get Brogdon?
They got him like a couple month or so ago. Malcolm Brogdon. I was talking to what's her name over at I went to high school with the other day. That's married to him now.
How did they sign him, or did they trade for him? What happened? I think I remember.
I think it was like a really just basic trade. They didn't trade much for him. Like, this traded to the Pacers.
It's a 3rd round pick and a player or something like that. It wasn't anything crazy.
But having Brogdon and Smart, and then Jaylen Brown and Tatum, and then you put a bit like Robert Williams or Horford or whoever.
Wow, they traded nothing. The Celtics traded Aaron Naismith. I guess Daniel Tice is pretty good. Nick Stauskas, Malik Fitz, Jawan Morgan, and a 2023 first-round pick for Malcolm Brogdon. What?
So we couldn't give them THT and blah 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 blah. Like, come on, man. Like,
what? If the Lakers had Malcolm Brogdon, they'd be a contender next year. Well, if he plays, he's been injured so much, but
that makes them a lot better too.
Yeah, like Marcus Smart. I think Marcus Smart's very good, but in the last 2 minutes of games, that guy might be the worst player in the NBA. Like he makes such bad decisions. He lost them like 2 games in the finals just from like, and beyond that, I don't know if it's Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown's fault for this, but like Marcus Smart was taking a lot of clutch shots for some reason. And I don't think he should be doing that. Like he's an okay shooter, but he should not be their like clutch scorer. So Brogdon gives him like another
doubled. The thing is, they would get doubled, and they had to kick it to someone, and Marcus Smart was always open. So they really didn't have like again this like playmaker, and I think that's what Brogdon's going to be, good free throw shooter.
He was ISOing, bro. I think that's what Brian's talking about. Yeah. Marcus Smart would bring it up the court and ISO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, literally, like taking the ball up the court, ISOing and taking a shot, not passing. I was like Jason was just sitting in the corner. So I was like, maybe this is what the coach is telling them to do, but I don't know why that was happening. I was so confused every time I saw it happen. I was like, Marcus Smart is not your main scorer. Why is he the one doing this?
I don't know.
Good, Brian. You're right about Brogdon. Like he's played 6 years, and it's only played over 55 games, and 2 of them.
Yeah, like he's injured a lot, but hopefully they can just like load manage him so he's not injured a ton, and then just.
But still, dude shooting 40. He for career is a 46% field goal shooter. Okay. He's averaging 25 and 6.
Yo, Brian, what's the toilet paper behind you for, though? It's
the toilet paper.
And it ain't fresh either.
It ain't fresh. You have that poop gaming chair, the one you can poop in.
I actually ran out of toilet paper, so I've been like transferring this between the bathrooms in my house. I need to go to the store today.
I respect that, bro. I've done that before.
I thought you were just gonna say, man, I forgot about tissues. So
I've been using toilet paper for tissues. It's soft.
I've done that.
Okay.
I'm saying I forgot to buy them until he takes it around the tissue box. Like,
anyway, let's move on to embrace debate. So the debate for this week I want to talk about is, who would you rather have as your point guard next season, Kyrie Irving or Donovan Mitchell? Brian, you start. I know you have feelings about Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I think Donovan Mitchell's I think he's good. I think he's like Kemba Walker. I think he's the same player. And I don't think he raises your ceiling that much. I think it really depends what team you're going to, because I don't think Kyrie Irving's going to play for any team that's not like either in a major city or a really good team. Like if he goes to the Rockets or like the Thunder, I don't think Kyrie's ever going to even step on the floor. He's just going to be like, I'm not playing.
As long as they don't have a vaccine mandate.
Yeah. Like if he goes to Toronto, he's literally not going to be able to play. So I think if it's like a good team, I'd take Kyrie. If it's like not a good team, I'd take Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Kyrie over Donovan Mitchell. I think he's a little bit more proven. He's been in the league longer, so it's not really fair to judge, but I digress. They're similar shooters. Kyrie's more efficient, way more efficient, 50, 40, 90 guy. More explosive scorer is Don in a sense. Like he's more athletic than him. But again, I like Kyrie's efficiency. So if he puts up 20 shots, he'll probably make 11 or 12 of them, and Don puts up 20 shots, he might make 7 of them. I don't know, But the cons with Kyrie is that his durability and availability. You don't know if the guy's going to show up. You don't know if his toe hurts and then he has to go somewhere else and walk with a stick for 3 months. You never know.
Bro,
I just don't know.
I will admit that staff that he carries around, that thing looks kind of tough. I might have to.
It was cool, but I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Who do you think you are?
Y'all remember when he spread sage around TD Garden?
I do remember that. That was,
and everyone, like, half the people were like, "What is happening?" And the other people were like, it's his religion or something. I'm like, bro, no one's ever done that. Does he have? Is he the
No,
only
dude.
person that's ever had that? Whatever religion it was.
also speaking of his religion, like I get that he's Muslim. Like I respect him for being Muslim all the way. Like go ahead, support whatever you believe. But like, is there not an exemption for Ramadan for like being in the NBA playoffs? Can he not like go to his rabbi and be like, "Hey, can I eat? I'm in the NBA playoffs." Like, is he allowed to do that?
I saw
he should be able to, bro. It's the
playoffs. When he was eating on the bench, someone someone tweeted something saying like this, you're not supporting your religion, and like bashing him completely. Like, and it was just like I was like, do you not have anything better to do with your time?
That guy doesn't have interactions with people outside of Twitter. That's what.
And also, he's wrong too, because the only time Kyrie was eating is after sundown, which is when you're allowed to eat during Ramadan. Right. So, like, he was just wrong on top of that. So.
Also, I think most scenarios I take Donovan Mitchell, but then I always go back to Kyrie. I'm like, Donovan Mitchell doesn't make those around him better. Kyrie can score 18 points or 10 points in a game and affect the game more than Donovan Mitchell scoring like 30. Because I don't know what else Donovan Mitchell does other than jump super high occasionally and pull about 11 threes a game. So
yeah, like I think on defense they're about even too. Like neither of them are really very good defensive players, and like Kyrie's definitely better.
Here's the difference. Donovan Mitchell is very like, oh, I hit a couple shots, the game flows in our favor, I'm going to dominate. Kyrie's like, oh, we're down, we're in a tough situation, I'm still going to get a bucket. Like, I feel like he's just more just proven, like Ant said. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think Kyrie's clearly better, but it's just like, is he going to play? Like, do you actually get Kyrie if you get Kyrie?
For me, I would take Donovan Mitchell because I feel like neither of those players are gonna like get me a championship at this point. So like my ceiling is like probably conference finals with both of them as my starting point guard, and Kyrie is just more of a dice roll for me because like Donovan Mitchell, unless he gets injured, obviously, is gonna like play every game and try to win as hard as he can every game. Nothing's gonna stop him from trying to go at people. Kyrie just right now to me doesn't seem like he cares that much. Like he definitely puts other things before like wanting to win, which is fine. But like if it's my franchise, I'd rather have a guy that like I think wants us to win. And I don't think Kyrie cares that much right now.
I actually, now that you say that, the fact that Donovan Mitchell is leaving the Jazz or whatever, like they might be trading him, I feel like he would be more receptive to just like being full in for an organization wherever he goes to. Mm-hmm. Where Kyrie like probably just more so like,
if he goes to the Heat, they would be nice, bro. They'll have him and Jimmy. Like that's so hard to guard both of those guys. Those guys are both so strong, fast, and athletic, and can just shoot from everywhere.
It's like a little bit of D Wade in both of them, all in the Heat, like two players.
That's true.
Yeah. I forget Don. I mean, we can wrap this up. I just forget that he's like 6'1". Like I thought he was like 6'3".
I thought that.
4. I really thought
he was too.
Yeah, until like about a month ago, I was like, wait, he's 6'1".
And the only reason I knew,
and the thing is, NBA 6'1", that's not really.
Oh, 6'1". Here we go again. He's like, with your shoes.
6'1" is not 6'1". Like that's just probably like 5'11".
He's probably just 6. He's probably straight up 6 foot.
Yeah,
so
like
how tall is Ant how tall would Ant be if he was in the NBA? Ant gives his NBA height already. He's like, I'm 6'6".
No, I'd be 6'6". I'd be 6'6" in the NBA.
You're not though.
6'6" in real life.
I've never met Ant in person. I don't even know how tall. I've never stood next to him, so I'm like just under 6'2". So
I think John would be a legit. They'd be like, he's 6'9". Or 6'8".
I honestly think if John went to the NBA, he'd be at least 6'8". He'd be like,
that'd be like 6'8", and then he'd be like, they would be like, oh, Kenneth, you're 6'7", 6'8", and then they would like watch me play. They're like, we're gonna just say you're 6'4", and we're gonna like just go from there.
No, for me, if it's not, I would be 6'9" if I was in the NBA. It would be if I was 6'9", I would be in the NBA.
Let's go.
No, probably not. But all right, let's move on from embrace debate. We're gonna move on to ball sack or fact. So I brought a quote. This segment is either a ball sack quote or it is a real quote that happened in real life. Probably this past week normally. All right, so this one is allegedly from the ESPYs. I don't know if you guys saw, Steph was hosting the ESPYs like 2 or 3 days ago. I don't think anyone watches that, but anyway, this is something that Steph allegedly said as he was roasting players. I know an LA crowd, it was in Los Angeles. I know an LA crowd hasn't seen a ring that wasn't manufactured in Disney in quite some time. So here y'all go. And then flashed his ring. Is this ball sack or is it fact?
I'm gonna go ball sack.
Manufactured in Disney, meaning like the bubble.
Yeah.
I'm 2-0 so far. I'm gonna say it's ball sack.
I'm gonna say ball sack too.
100% fact.
You watched.
The answer is ball sack.
Let's go 3-0, baby.
Casey is 0 for 2.
I just did not want to say the same thing.
Yeah,
that
makes
put me in a
sense.
bad situation. I was gonna follow Ant, and then Brian said, I was like, we can't all say this.
Yeah, no. Steph did say a lot of Steph honestly was trying to roast people and he just straight up wasn't good at it. I don't know if you guys watched it. I'm not a Steph hater. I'm not a Steph hater. I don't like love him, but like he would just say like things that I feel like after he said it, someone should be like, boom, roasted. Like it wasn't an actual roast. He was like, oh, like I see Grant Williams in the house, and then he's like, oh, Grant, I know you didn't get a ring this year. I'll let you look at mine.
But he would say the stuff and then be like,
yeah, like he's like,
you're trying to get he's trying to get a reaction out of people and like trying to be like the person he's not, because he's never been that super vocal, I mean, he's been cocky and like shimmying and stuff like in games, but like the vocal, arrogant, cocky person, that's never been him. And that's not saying that's what he was doing there, but like just he's not a comedian.
Yeah, he's not an actor. He can't act.
Peyton Manning was the GOAT ESPYs host.
Peyton Manning's awesome. I think Peyton Manning's the best football player of all time.
Yes.
Peyton Manning is awesome. If he ran for president, I would vote for him. Doesn't matter what his policies are. I'd be like, I'm voting for that guy.
He did. He's done SNL. He's done everything. He's hilarious.
His commercials are always super funny too. But by the way, while we're still on the Steph topic, do any of you like this? I think the sleeping song, I think it's terrible.
I think the dance when he was doing this, everyone on TikTok, I'm like, dude, that has been out for years. Don't say he invented this.
What dance?
The one where you haven't seen that.
Do.
Bro, it's all over. It's all over.
If I just search like Steph dance,
Steph dance, search Steph dance yeet.
Yeah,
Steph dance.
First of the month, roaming around the city. Oh my gosh!
How do I screen share?
Oh yeah. I see it.
Yeah. I think that should be his thing that he does. Like, that's cool.
He did that at the end of the ESPYs too. He was like, all right, everyone, that's all we got. And he dropped he was like, good night, and just did it. And they left.
Yeah, it's like, and I see a bunch of kids doing it now. Like, I saw a kid in an AAU game hit a 3 and lay down and like go to sleep after he hit a 3, and I was like, if Steph hasn't already damaged the AAU community enough, now they're literally laying down on defense.
The worst part about that is Steph actually retweeted that, and he retweeted that supporting it. He was like, boys, killing him. I was like, this is just bad. He doesn't want good players to be after him. Like, he wants to ruin everyone else so he can be.
No one's coming for that shooting record.
He said when he accepted an award for best record broken when he hit the 3 this year to break the record, his interview was like, or acceptance speech was just like, records are meant to be broken. So I know with all these crazy kids coming up, my record's gonna be broken here soon. And I'm like, no, it's not gonna be broken anytime soon. I don't feel like the amount of threes you have to take to even break your record. No one's shooting close to that many.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be some player drafted in the next like 5 years. Because even Trae Young, I don't like, maybe, but I don't think so. I mean, Trae Young has been shooting more in his earlier years, though, so maybe Trae Young will break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at Steph's. Like, Steph had like 6 years in a row that was like, like most shooters' career threes, like total. Like he was like 400, 500 threes just every year for like 6 years.
He was literally like a lot of even like the really good shooters are only shooting 5 to 7, 8 threes a game. He had seasons where he was averaging 4.5 a game. Like
I feel
averaging
I feel like he's the peak of like the amount of threes that we're allowed to shoot. Like I think that it's going to start going back down in terms of how many threes teams shoot. I know it's been going up a ton, but I feel like teams are starting to see like we can't just go into games and just hoping we're shooting well. Like, because they didn't used to do that. Like that's why you wouldn't see just like teams hit like 30, 40 threes in a game, because they're not shooting that many, because they're going, oh, if we're not shooting well, we need to have a post game, or we need to have like a drive and drop off game. Like now teams are just shooting so much, and I feel like they're starting to see like there's been a lot of teams in the playoffs that just lose because they go cold, and then they're like, oh, we can't win the series now because we can't make threes.
Yeah, everyone's saying that's why there's so many blowouts now. Like people didn't used to lose by 40.
Yeah, the playoffs were terrible this year.
Yeah, like the Suns losing by like 40 points in their elimination game. Like what? That's a 1 seed.
Yeah, it was like every game was 20 plus. Like they won by 20, or the other team lost by. You know what I'm saying? Like how? Yeah. It's not fun to watch.
The Nets, the series with the Nets and the finals, those were the only 2 good series in the entire playoffs, it felt like.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the playoffs. I can't. It literally like went by.
The Nets, they got swept, but like every game I think was within like 5 or 6 points within the last 2 minutes.
That was like the best series.
Yeah. And KD and Kyrie lost. I love to see it.
Just the fact that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving got swept. Like, I know it was a close series, but I just the hater in me of KD like can just look at that and be like, you got swept by Jason Tatum.
Oh wait, that Ben Simmons meme too. Hold on, the Ben Simmons.
Him wearing those
shades with the like orange
outfits.
Oh my god. That pissed me off about Ben Simmons. I was almost on his side for a little, where I was going, you know what, maybe he's really going through something. Then he shows up in a highlighter on the bench, like standing up and doing. I'm like, bro, you need to be hiding in all black behind the bench, just clapping for your teammates. Gosh. He was going through a midlife crisis at 25.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. Just watching all 3 of them lose at the same time, I was so happy. The only thing that made me sad is that I couldn't watch them lose for the rest of the playoffs. I was such a hater.
Yeah. Okay. I have a new segment I added in. I didn't get anything for it this week, though. I guess I could have talked about Steph, but we just talked about him. It's called YEET Culture. So you guys know, like Heat culture is like a thing. Everyone always says like the Miami Heat culture. I don't know if you hear that. In the NBA, everyone always says Heat culture because they're like the team with the best culture. But this segment is called YEET Culture, and it's just me, just like some NBA player or commentator that pissed me off that week, and I'll just bring it to the table and just it's honestly kind of like the haters' corner now that I talk about it. But I don't go as in depth. I'm just gonna be like, Steph sucked at the ESPYs, so it'll be YEET Culture for that. Moving on though, Nuketown 24/7. This is a segment where Kenneth and Anthony update us in the world of sports betting. What plays they might be nuking, have nuked, and just anything that happened in the betting world, because I don't keep up with that.
Wait. Before we continue, nuking a bet, is that going all in, or is that like okay? Because when I hear nuking a bet, I think like calling it off. Like I
agree.
No, this means like
blow it up, like blow up the team.
Like I'm putting all my money, I'm throwing all my bombs on this one play, and it's gonna blow up one way or the other. Like either really good for me or terribly.
Okay, that makes sense.
It probably normally works out though, right?
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
Nothing really that I have for you guys. It's just been really slow, even at work. It's super slow. The only
not a great sports time right now, and a lot of people don't consider esports sports yet. So that's the only.
Well, did you guys watch? Did you guys watch the Red Sox game yesterday?
Yes. At one point it was 24-0 or something ridiculous.
What?
People are blaming who's the blonde girl, Sydney something?
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney threw out the opening pitch, and then Barstool Sports tweets it, and they're like, Red Sox are never gonna lose another game now because of this pitch. And then like 2 hours later they're down like 25-3.
They're down 25-3, and then they tweeted, Joey has been fired from our team. Like they said they fired the guy that tweeted that.
They definitely didn't, but yeah.
No, they didn't.
Was it a good pitch, or were they just saying because Sydney Sweeney?
No, she's hot. They just said because she she pitched out the first, it like cursed them. Because then they lost. They got smacked.
Well, they were saying that she threw a pitch and she's really hot, so now the Red Sox will never lose again. And then that like jinxed them, and so they lost by a bunch.
28-5.
Yeah,
bro. Some baseball scores are like 2-1.
Like I don't think I've ever seen 28 in a baseball box score.
At some point, you should be able to call it off. Just be like, we're done. Like we can't make up this deficit.
It was either Schefter or Woj. I don't know. I confused them on my timeline, I guess. But
Schefter's football, Woj's.
Yeah, but this was baseball.
Yeah, who knows?
So one of them tweeted it was 25-3, and they're like 3 more runs, and Boston will have them right where they want them because it'd be 28-3.
No, I officially did set up the Twitter. I got our logo and everything set up, our link to Spotify, our podcast on the Twitter and whatnot. Right. So I got
you guys didn't bet at all this week. Is that what I'm hearing?
No bets.
I only did prize picks, but it's very hard to like show that because I've literally placed like 30 bets a day, and then they all come back. Like,
well, what ones hit? Did you hit me?
Or like, how do you like? What's your thought process going in? I don't know. You have something you could say about betting other than like we're gonna have something next week.
No, I like today. I like Garrett Cole for the Yankees over 7.5 pitches. I like what's his name, Brassett for the Mets 5.5 pitches.
Does that mean like 5.5 players to pitch against? Like what's like 7.5?
Sorry, strikeouts.
Okay.
I was like, that's like one player.
Yeah, I was like, that's like 2 batters. Take that every day.
Yeah,
like over 7.5. It's a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, he's had he's playing the Orioles and he's had like 12, 11, 8, and 10 the past 4. So then Brassett for the Mets. He really hovers around 6 or 7, but they're playing I forget who they're playing, but they're strikeout prone. And then but yeah, that was what I was gonna say with the Twitter. I'm gonna start posting some of the daily, like my favorites or play of the day, Nuketown bet, whatever we want to call it. So I'll get those out. I'll get with Ant on some of the stuff, and then see what he likes. But yeah, the trends haven't really been. There hasn't been really trends. I've been looking at stuff, but things have been really like MLB had their All-Star game this weekend, so there wasn't any bets to do there. Yeah, the only thing I've been betting on is like esports at 2 a.m. So no one actually follows that, so we'll hold on that for now.
I mean, some people do, obviously.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. All right, moving on to everyone's favorite segment, the Haters Corner. This segment is VVS's time to do what he does best, expose people, things, and places, and give them their well-deserved hate. VVS, take it away.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Haters Corner, where sometimes people have it too good, but sometimes people have it too bad too. And we got to point out the good, the bad, and the ugly, but mainly the ugly. The ugly is the only thing we focus on here. And right now, this guy just kind of has it bad all around. And it's Tristan Thompson. This guy, he's not even good at basketball is the first thing. Maybe he was okay when he first started, but this man, he's been with oh yeah, that clip. There's this one clip of Tristan Thompson shooting this. I don't even know what the shot is. He's like shooting it like let me back up. Shooting it
I don't know.
Look, it's like he's like facing this way, but he's shooting this way with this. I don't know. It's a really weird shot. And he misses like 12 of them in a row. I don't know. What is that even practicing for? It's not a hook shot. It's not a I don't know what that was.
It's called I don't have touch, and I just have to sort of push it over, but the defender's on this side, so I'm gonna at least get it over him.
The worst part is this wasn't in practice or anything. This was pre-game warm-up. So is he planning to do this in game? And then he missed 5 in a row. You're like, what is this for? But Tristan Thompson, he's washed at basketball, but he still gets contracts somehow. But what we're hating on him for is his relationship with Khloe Kardashian. This guy, he is the poster boy for cheating. People thought Future was toxic or this and that. It's Tristan. When you were a kid and you used to play the floor is lava and you go on couches and the rugs or whatever to try to stay off the floor. Tristan's playing that with Khloe, but instead of the floor being lava, the lava is staying faithful to Khloe Kardashian. This guy does not want to. He was seen in Greece with some random girl a couple days ago. And Khloe, him and Khloe, they had a surrogate. So that surrogate is about to give birth. So he has a second, or I don't even, is it the third kid? How many kids?
I don't know how many.
I don't know how many, but this is his second or third kid with Khloe. And this is the second time he's cheated on her during the surrogate's pregnancy. What is he doing? And on top of that, Khloe's richer than him. Khloe is probably hotter than him at this point. Where is he upgrading? He can't go up from there. Why is he still cheating? I don't know. I think Tristan Thompson is just a clown.
Taking him back too. What's going on?
Bro,
what's going on?
I agree. And he was on my timeline a lot. I have someone from my college posted on their story when they announced that they're having a kid, and she was like, I stan with Khloe. She is a queen for, she knows what, she's a businesswoman. She knows what she's doing. She knows Tristan has good genes. She doesn't care that he's cheating. So hop up off all this hating on Khloe for going, it was the biggest, and I was like, bro, what are you defending right now? You're defending Tristan cheating and Khloe staying with him? No one defends that side of it. It was the weird, and I was like, there's so many weird people in this day and age in terms of the Kardashians, and Tristan Thompson just has them for they want to side with everything the Kardashians do, but they need to agree that Khloe should not stay with him.
So my girlfriend really likes the Kardashians. So that's one of the reasons I know that they have a surrogate and she's about to give birth. But she what was I about to say about this? Hold on. Okay, so they on the show, Khloe's always upset about Tristan cheating on her. It's not something that they agree on. It's clearly a problem. And the weirdest part is I don't know why Khloe is so loyal to this guy. What is he doing that has her coming back all the time? Because this guy cheats all the time and she's always crying on the show. And then he's just cheating again, and she has another baby with him. It's why? What is going on?
Master manipulator. It's his sign, bro. Maybe it's his zodiac sign.
Oh yeah, it's probably some astrology thing. Maybe his Mercury's and Venus, or it's retrograde, bro. It's retrograde. That's what's going on.
I thought for sure, when he had a kid with Khloe, and then started sleeping with Kylie's best friend, I was like, they'll probably break up now, right? This is your family's closest friend that's with you everywhere. No, that wasn't nothing at all.
It wasn't enough. Their bond, whatever it is too powerful for Khloe. That girl is way too loyal.
But yeah, Tristan, I agree. That's a great haters corner. He needs to get it together.
Yeah.
Brian, way to bring that this week. That was funny.
Okay, on to the weekly draft. This week is create your own 3-on-3 team. Each team is gonna get to draft a point guard, a wing, and a big. A wing is classified as like a shooting guard, small forward, or a stretch four. So they can't be someone that like plays primarily in the post as the four. And then a big is like a big man, and we might get in arguments about this, but we'll embrace it. We'll embrace debate. But anyway, let's just go in the same order we did last week. So Casey, you were first, I think, and then it went right. It was Casey,
right, yeah.
Brian, Ant, and then me. So let's go ahead. Casey, your first pick.
Do we draft by positions first, or do we draft whoever?
No, you can just get whoever you want.
Okay.
And this is like current players in the NBA, like how they are. Like not like you can't be like, oh, I'm taking prime LeBron or I'm taking like prime Iguodala. Like, nah, you gotta. What they're about to be next year.
I'm taking Curry.
Sucks.
That's actually my first pick.
My turn?
Yeah.
Kawhi. No question.
He's not gonna play.
You could have gotten him like in 2 rounds.
Nah, he's number 1 for me. Kawhi.
All right. Well, to be fair to John, I'm gonna go with the best player in the NBA right now, and I'm gonna go with Giannis.
Okay. To be fair to everyone else, I'm gonna go with LeBron James for my first pick.
Ooh.
And then for my point guard, I'm gonna go with Luka Doncic. Now I got Luka and LeBron, and now it's let me explain real quick. LeBron is the greatest player of all time and the greatest mind of all time, not just in basketball. And so
Wait, whoa.
All right.
Greatest mind of all time. Okay.
Bro, he was reading a book one time post game, I saw.
Have you seen? He's never passed the first page.
No, one of the funniest parts, and I don't like it's just funny to me too, because he obviously isn't reading the book. They were like, he was like, oh, they were like, also like, what's like been your favorite part so far? And he's like, oh yeah. It's just all of it, and it's just like us when we were in English class, and they're like, "Oh, so like, tell me something about the book." You're like, "Gosh, it's really crazy." How
they were like, it was
I can't
Malcolm,
even choose my favorite.
It was like
part,
Malcolm
honestly.
X. They're like, so funny.
Yeah, it was a Malcolm X book. But all right, so I got LeBron, and then I got Luka, who's just gonna cash out from 3. We got 2 unselfish guys that are both buckets. All right.
Oh my God, this is very tough.
You said Russ?
All right, Ant got Russ.
Let's go. Bro, it's team about to body.
I would literally quit. I'm gonna go with because now I've got Giannis as I don't know if I can put him as a big.
Nah, I think he's a wing.
He's a wing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid.
Okay.
I need someone to stifle up my defense.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go there.
I'm going with Nikola Jokic. This is going perfectly according to plan. So Nikola is the center, but he's secretly the point guard. Kawhi leaks out to the 3-point line, shores up Nikola's defense. Nikola shores up Kawhi's distributing. This is good.
No one calls him his first name, bro. It's Jokic.
The Joker.
It's like calling Kawhi. It's like, yeah, and then Leonard can't, like, nah, don't call him Leonard.
Wait, did y'all see the guy whose name is Nikola Jovic who was drafted?
Yeah, he's on the Heat.
Oh, yeah, he's on the Heat.
Good.
He has to be really good.
And he's like 7 feet too. So it's like, no way he isn't.
What do you got, Casey?
I gotta get a big guy. Is this for like a 3-on-3 tournament, or is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
For?
Yep. Looks like you're stuck with Gobbert.
Ooh.
Nah. Not for 3-on-3. That I'm going Kevin Durant and
Wait,
at my
who
forward.
was your first pick?
Your first
Curry.
Oh, Steph. Okay, Steph and KD.
Curry.
That's pretty good, I guess.
Curry, KD, and this is going to be a little controversial probably for you guys, but because he can shoot, I'm going Cat at my center.
It's a good one.
Okay.
He can't guard nobody, but he's definitely a good.
My whole team can't guard nobody.
I thought you were going to take someone else, but respect.
Yeah, I know he should have took. And he would have took who I thought he was going to take.
Casey's like, who are they talking about?
Nah, I've looked through this like all day long.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Who else were you guys thinking about?
Wait, who's picked a big so far?
Me?
Oh, everyone's picked a big, so we can say it. I thought you were
Oh,
gonna pick AD.
AD.
Oh, yeah.
AD would have been.
No,
AD's way better than Cat. Not even close.
He's better than him at everything.
You said
Literally-
right now.
Literally right now. Street Clothes Davis is better than Carl Anthony.
Did you remember Carl Anthony's performance in the playoffs when they needed him the most?
He
He got
played
like
one
7
good
points.
game.
Like
We're talking about a 3-on-3 tournament. He just won a 3-point shootout. All he's going to do is just sit back and catch.
he shoots weird. He's like
Yeah, he does. He's like,
on his shoulder.
yeah.
But all right, so Brian.
Honestly, before you go, it was for me. It was him or Vucevic. But
He can't guard nobody. He's the worst.
neither can Cat. No, like there was
AD
not.
can though.
Man,
KD's the only guy on your team who can guard.
there really aren't.
I would have taken Bam over Cat, honestly.
So this one's a toss-up. I don't know. This is a 3-on-3 tournament?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I don't know how many times we can clarify that it's 3-on-3, but so there's 3 people on one and 3 on the
just
other.
One more time. But is it like 3-on-4? Like 3-on-3, not 5-on-5? Okay.
It's 3v5. It's 3.
Oh, 3v5? Okay. Kyrie Irving. I'm picking Kyrie Irving.
Okay. I get Dame. Thank God. I was glad. I'm glad I got Dame.
Bro, Dame doesn't have abs anymore. You heard about his issue. He's done.
Oh yeah, he had an abdominal strain.
He ripped his
LeBron
ass.
had an abdominal strain too. He had a wonderful.
I think Dame's was a rip, right?
He was doing too many TikToks with his wife.
Oh, by the way, I need to send it to you guys. KD made a TikTok.
Oh no!
I saw that. He said, "How I work this shit."
He was like,
Is it real?
His handle is 2-way 3 level.
Is it real? Is it really him or someone got an old video?
No, it's really him.
It's him.
All right, I'll have to look at it later.
I'm gonna follow him. He's gonna start commenting.
I gotta make a burner.
KD's hate. I will say I'm a KD hater, but his duets on TikTok, he's about to be such a hater on TikTok. I'm so like,
and it's gonna be better because he doesn't know how to use it. So like you can like use a mic and like mute the other person's video when you're like stitching it or something or reacting to it. He's just gonna be like talking over them.
I
like trash ass.
I just need someone to show him the stitch button. Just show it to him. That's all I need. And we're in there. Content for days.
Oh, he needs a podcast if he doesn't already have one. It would be really funny.
He just doesn't use it.
But all right.
You need to pick.
I need to pick.
Yeah, you get AD. You probably get the best 3 because you're gonna take AD. You're smart,
Braun,
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take AD.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you got? Braun,
Luka and AD.
Luka, AD. Ooh.
He's got a good
Oh
one.
no, I feel like my team's kind of low key the thick.
Kawhi doesn't even belong in this conversation.
Bro,
at this point in his
Kawhi
career.
is top 1.
Okay,
Top
John.
1.
Kawhi is better than like Jason Tatum right now.
This is going to be a hot take. I know there's absolutely no way John agrees with this. Kawhi's better than LeBron right now. He is. Like,
all right.
Kawhi's better than LeBron right now. He is. Like, Bron
is better than Jason Tatum. But
Kawhi right now is better than Bron. 2 years ago, no. Right now,
that's the last time he played.
We're getting Kawhi from 2 years ago. We're getting LeBron 2 years later, which is 38 years.
How is that possible? No, that's not how it works. You can't pick 2 years ago Kawhi.
Kawhi's been in the hyperbolic chamber, bro. He's been hibernating. He's in there like just waiting for his time.
Deteriorated Kawhi, doesn't care about basketball, chilling with his homies Kawhi. That's who you're getting. And exactly. I'm getting the I've only got like 1 to 2 dominant years left LeBron, so I'm gonna milk this as much as I can, LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
You see him in the Drew League, Brian. He's going crazy.
Didn't LeBron just average like 30 points a game this past season?
Yeah, when's the last time Kawhi did that, Brian?
Bro, Kawhi, he gets his 25 and he goes straight to the bench. He's like, we're winning this game. I don't even play anymore. He's actually, I think he averaged 30 one year, right? I think it was 1 year he averaged 30. Let's see.
I would love a 3-on-3 All-Star tournament in the All-Star weekend. That'd be fire.
I think the All-Star weekend needs to be a little reworked. Like the dunk contest and 3-point shootout aren't really that cool anymore.
I think they're gonna give money. I think in 2023-24 they're gonna like give money like $1 million if you win or something. And so like the second year guys that like haven't had a crazy contract, they're like, that's kind of thick.
Oh yeah. Especially dunk contest, that's going to be crazy. If
that Levine and Aaron Gordon dunk contest though a couple of years back was insane.
That was good, but that was the last good one. Like it's been like that one, and then I don't even remember who's been in the last dunk contest. I don't know who was in this last one even. Was Jaren in it?
Obi Toppin.
Didn't Aaron Gordon get robbed again? And then he's like, all right, now I'm actually done.
Yeah, he's like, I'm never going to this again.
Yeah, he got robbed.
They just need to put Jokic in it and like Vucevic.
No, they really need to just run King of the Hill though. That would be so. I would watch King of the Hill because I just want to see everyone's bag, bro. It would be so cool to see like what Dame actually has in his bag, like when he just doesn't have to worry about winning the game. That would be so. Kyrie's like bag is crazy.
Superstars, like it doesn't like I know the superstars probably aren't going to want to do it. Like it doesn't have to be. It could be like second tier guys.
Andrew
like
Wiggins
Jaylen
probably
Brown.
has a really crazy bag randomly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could live with like you said, Jaylen Brown, Andrew Wiggins. Like I'm trying to think of another like second tier guys like
Kawhi,
Chris Middleton. Like he's not second tier. Like I could live with that. I could watch that and be like, this is fun to watch.
Kyle Anderson, yeah.
Oh yeah, put Kyle Anderson in that.
Dude, I don't know if he gets a shot off. Like if people were saying that hard.
Yeah, one on one. He'd have to like.
It would all be like post ups. Have to because there's no way he's getting that slow ass shot off.
Bro, you haven't seen Kyle Anderson's bag lately. He's been in the lab.
But I'm going through the top guys in the league just to see who we missed. So no one drafted Harden, so I don't know what's up with that.
Well, you said now. I was gonna. No,
I'm kidding. The only person that's like Karl Anthony Towns is ranked as the 22nd player in the league, but
like fifth big man.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Zion. Do you think Zion could have been a big? I wouldn't have drafted him, but like he could have low key been a big. He's a power forward.
Yeah, because he's not a wing, really.
He just only plays in the paint, so yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, so
he said big.
So can we talk about this?
Person.
Me and Ant were arguing whether Giannis is a big or a wing, and he's trying to tell me that Giannis is a wing.
Yeah,
he is not a wing.
He is a wing.
I mean, he gets 95% of his points from the paint, so
so does LeBron.
No, he doesn't.
No, not 95.
He shoots threes a lot.
That doesn't mean they go in all the time.
Wait,
Giannis shoots threes too.
But John Morant was the highest paint scorer this year. Like that, I don't think that's the best indicator. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
But he's a point guard.
But like Giannis isn't a post-up player though. He's not a paint player. Like he.
But bigs aren't. They don't have those types of bigs much anymore. Like there's like two that are good.
I mean, I think all centers are pretty much post-up guys. Like Robert Williams and Giannis don't have the same game. Vucevic and Giannis don't have the same game. Jokic, like any center, like
is
no
Vucevic
center
a wing because he shoots and passes well?
No, I think
he's literally a post-up player.
I think what
Brian stated
makes you like a wing versus a big is like where you catch the ball when you're trying to score. Like that's what I think at least, because like Giannis doesn't.
But they do more. But he can.
But
do
bigs
both,
catch
though.
it like Giannis is just really diverse. Like he can do it wherever. Like he it's just hard for him to get it in the post because like they don't let him get position on the block ever because then it's literally over if Giannis because you just reach and dunk it.
Yeah, But like the thing is, like Embiid and Jokic, they might catch the ball like at the top of the key sometimes, but like really they play most of the game.
Yeah, they're big men. I agree that they're big men.
But like Giannis, if he doesn't have the ball, he's not just sitting in the paint. He's always like around the perimeter. So I consider him a wing.
Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, these are like wings. Giannis doesn't have like similar play styles to those people, in my opinion.
He has similar play style to LeBron, except for the passing.
I mean,
he doesn't shoot
downhill.
Well. He doesn't shoot
plays LeBron doesn't shoot great from the three either. He has improved, but he's not a great 3-point shooter.
Giannis plays like LeBron. Giannis plays like 25-year-old LeBron, not like 35-year-old LeBron. Like he plays like a younger LeBron.
But I don't know. He just moves and plays like a big still, though, in my opinion. Like he just has the ability to dribble and create too, though. But he's a big man. Like you would put him at your 4 on your team, and he like always plays 4.
I mean,
I don't find the 4 to be a big man, though. I think that's a wing.
I agree he's the 4, but like Jason Tatum was also the 4 on his team. Like they played Robert Williams, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and
Grant Williams. Grant Williams actually was their 4.
I don't think Al Horford
too. They had Al Horford too.
They started Al Horford and Robert Williams in the playoffs.
Hold on. Who's starting? Was Al Horford there started during the season? Because like there was
most of the season.
I think it was when Robert Williams was injured. They moved Tatum to the 4. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we agree. Giannis is a big.
We don't.
Bro, he's really big and he dominates in the post. He's a big man.
He doesn't really.
Give me another player that's really big and dominates in the post.
He dominates
that's
in
a
the
wing.
Paint, in the paint, not in the post.
LeBron dominates in the post. What are you talking about?
LeBron posts up more than Giannis does.
But LeBron like is posting up to shoot fadeaways. Like LeBron's not posting up.
So does Giannis. Don't make me pull up Giannis shooting fadeaways.
What?
Dude, I can pull up. He
has, but that's not his primary thing. Giannis's primary thing is catching the ball and then just being stronger and longer and dunking it on someone because he's already close to the rim. LeBron like will catch it, jab, turn, and then like shoot a fadeaway type thing. Like that's his prime. Like LeBron wants to shoot a fadeaway now.
No, he wants to get to the basket.
I mean, he would get an open layup, but like LeBron shoots jump shots most of the time now.
Yeah, like I still wouldn't say Giannis is because like his like a big, if they catch the ball in the paint, they're just like turning and dunking. Like Giannis doesn't really.
No, that's the old bigs. The bigs nowadays do more than just post up, but like still a big man. He's still a big man though. He's guarding other big men.
He's a big man, but he's a wing. Like I use Siakam as an example. He is not a big. He's the same. They're like similar. They're very similar. I know you wouldn't classify Siakam as a big, correct?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And I think that they do this not the same thing, but they do similar things.
I'd agree with that.
I think a lot of it has to do with the matchup, like that they have. Like they have a couple bigger guys in the paint. Giannis is going to catch it out in the perimeter more and just try to take him one-on-one more so of the matchup. But I feel like when they're playing a team like I can't even think of anything off the top of my head, like
a smaller team,
or just a much less athletic, like front court. I mean front court. He's going to catch it like at least on the block, and then he's going to how Giannis gets his assists are not from like catching it up top and hitting the right man or hitting the right man. He catches it in the block and then turns center, and if they collapse, he kicks out opposite, or he just goes up and just like pretty much dunks it, or just like it's not even a hook shot. It's just like a little like I'm just going to push it in because I'm taller and more athletic than you.
Yeah,
and so I feel like it's a lot of the matchup, and that's why like everyone has conflicting opinions because you might have watched him versus this type of team more often versus this type. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, I think it's opinion, but I would lean towards big man over the past, I don't know how many years he's been in, but maybe last year when he developed a little bit more of a jump shot, you could say he's a little wing, but I don't know.
Got a little wing, but no, he sets he comes up from the block and sets a ball screen and rolls. Like if you do that, you're a big man. I don't know. Like wings don't do that type of stuff. Like those are big movements. He could play wing. He can do wing things, but he's primarily a big man. who's like very skilled.
Wings just do that if there's like a Duncan Robinson guarding them. They're like, all right, I'm gonna set a screen and roll, and then Duncan's
just get a switch for Duncan. Or Duncan.
I think he obviously can play big, but I'd say he's more of a wing still. Like I think most of his game derives from like being able to blow by players and catching the ball on the perimeter, and I think that's more of a wing type play style.
Yeah.
But defensively, he's more of a big. Like he can guard anyone, but he's a paint defender defensively.
Yeah.
Paint defender defensively, and then half big, half wing. That's 1.5 big, 0.5. No, we're not going to agree on this, but that's fine. It was a good debate. Okay, that's all I have from this week. You guys have anything else that you want to talk about?
I think we're good.
Just that Paolo is probably going to be the best player in the NBA in 4 years, but that's it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next episode. I'm not very impressed with Paolo.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
This guy.
Thank y'all for watching and listening. The Third Quarter Warriors are the best team ever, and we are the best podcast ever. New episodes every Wednesday on YouTube, Spotify, and we're getting Apple Music or Apple Podcasts coming up. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the Third Quarter Warriors.
Third quarter.
Check the tweets.
All right, guys. See ya.
See ya.
Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
What is this? What is going on right now?
I said, what the hell are you talking about?
What's my package look like? Yo!